Have you ever wondered what it would take to colonize Mars? Imagine a world beyond ours, steeped in mystery and intrigue, becoming a new home for humankind. This isn't just the stuff of science fiction, it's a tangible goal that brilliant minds across the globe strive for every day. The prospect of Mars colonization is real and it's closer than you might think. However, turning this audacious dream into a tangible reality is a path laden with hurdles. But the journey to transforming this dream into reality is not without its challenges. The first major challenge: getting there. Picture this, a journey of about 33 million miles, through the cold, unforgiving void of space. That's not just a stroll around the block, it's the distance from Earth to Mars at their closest approach. The sheer magnitude of this journey is one of the fundamental barriers to Mars colonization. Traveling such a vast distance isn't a simple task. It requires a spacecraft that can withstand the rigors of space travel. And that's just the beginning. The spacecraft needs to be equipped with sustainable life support systems to keep the crew alive and well for the months-long journey. These systems must provide breathable air, potable water, and a means of producing food. They must also maintain a stable temperature and pressure within the ship, all while recycling waste and carbon dioxide. But the challenges don't stop at life support. We must also contend with the dangers of space radiation. Space is filled with high-energy particles from the sun and distant supernovae that can cause serious harm to humans. The spacecraft must shield its inhabitants from this radiation, but traditional shielding materials are heavy and add a lot of weight to the spacecraft, making it harder and more expensive to launch. And then there's the journey itself. Even at the speed of our fastest spacecraft, it would take 6 to 9 months to reach Mars. That's a long time to be cooped up in a spacecraft, and it poses significant psychological challenges. Isolation, confinement, and the monotony of the journey can all take a toll on the crew's mental health. In short, getting to Mars is no easy feat. It's a test of human ingenuity and perseverance, a challenge unlike any we've faced before. It requires us to push the boundaries of technology and human endurance, to solve problems we've never encountered, and to learn to live in a way we've never had to. And once we get there, surviving on Mars presents its own set of challenges. Mars is not a hospitable place for humans. This statement, though harsh, is an undeniable reality we must confront when envisioning the colonization of the Red Planet. The environmental challenges are numerous and significant, starting with Mars's thin atmosphere. Composed primarily of carbon dioxide, it's only 1% as dense as Earth's. This means that it provides little protection from harmful solar and cosmic radiation, and makes it impossible for us to breathe without life support systems. The Martian climate is another factor we must consider. Temperatures on Mars can drop to negative 140 degrees Fahrenheit at night, colder than any temperature recorded on Earth. To put it simply, it's a frozen desert out there. This extreme cold, combined with the thin atmosphere, also means that liquid water, a crucial ingredient for life as we know it, cannot exist on the planet's surface. Any water that might be there quickly evaporates or freezes. However, water does exist on Mars in the form of ice. It's found within the polar ice caps and beneath the surface. The challenge here is to develop technologies that can extract and purify this water, making it suitable for human consumption and potentially for growing food. Then there's the issue of shelter. Any habitats on Mars would need to be robust enough to withstand not only the cold and radiation, but also the frequent and severe dust storms that can blanket the entire planet. These habitats would also need to contain life support systems capable of recycling air and water, and perhaps even producing food. These challenges are daunting, but they're not insurmountable. Scientists and engineers around the world are already working on solutions, from radiation-shielded habitats to systems for extracting water from Martian soil. But even if we can survive on Mars, can we actually live there? The answer to this question hinges not only on our technological prowess, but also on our capacity to adapt and thrive in an environment vastly different from our home planet. Living on Mars is more than just surviving. Imagine a world where your immediate neighbors are millions of miles away, and the only communication you have with them is delayed by up to 20 minutes. This is the reality of living on Mars. The isolation can be overwhelming. And it's not just about being physically distant from other humans, it's about the mental toll of being so far away from anything familiar, from the sights, sounds, and smells of Earth. And then there's the need for self-sufficiency. On Mars, you can't just run to the grocery store when you run out of milk. You can't call a plumber when your pipes freeze. Every single resource has to be meticulously managed and recycled, from water to air to food. This level of self-sufficiency requires a level of discipline and resourcefulness that is far beyond what most of us are used to. And let's not forget about the mental challenges. Mars is a harsh, alien environment. The red desert stretches as far as the eye can see with no green in sight. The sky is a pinkish hue, not the familiar blue of Earth. It's always cold, and the thin atmosphere means that you're constantly at risk from solar radiation. It's like living in the most inhospitable parts of Earth. But even worse, the psychological strain of living in such conditions can be immense. It's not just about the physical challenges but also the emotional and psychological ones. The constant stress, the isolation, the lack of familiar comforts, all of these can take a toll on a person's mental health. And when you're living in a small colony on a distant planet, there's no room for breakdowns. So, it's not just about the science and technology of getting to Mars and surviving there. It's also about the human element, about how we cope with the enormous challenges of living in such an alien and inhospitable environment. So, with all these challenges, is Mars colonization really possible? Despite these challenges, the dream of Mars colonization remains alive. The hurdles may be high, the path may be rocky, but the spirit of exploration that has brought us to the moon and beyond remains undeterred, fueling our ambitions and dreams of making Mars our second home. We are standing at the precipice of a new era, an era where our technological advancements and scientific discoveries are merging to transform this dream into a reality. The silent red planet, known for its harsh landscape, is not so silent anymore. It is buzzing with the hum of rovers, the whisper of satellites, and the dreams of scientists, engineers, and explorers from all around the world. We're not just sending machines to Mars, we're sending the best of our ingenuity, the pinnacle of our technological prowess. We're developing technologies that can convert the carbon dioxide-rich Martian atmosphere into oxygen, technologies that can extract water from the Martian soil, and technologies that can shield astronauts from the harmful cosmic and solar radiation. The challenge of colonizing Mars is not just a scientific or technological one but a human one. It pushes the boundaries of our imagination, tests the limits of our endurance, and asks the best of our cooperative spirit. International cooperation is at the heart of this endeavor. Nations are coming together, pooling their resources, sharing their knowledge, and working towards a common goal. We're also seeing an unprecedented surge in private sector participation. Companies are investing in space technologies, launching their own missions, and contributing to this grand vision. This fusion of public and private efforts is accelerating our journey to Mars. The dream of Mars colonization is a testament to the indomitable human spirit, the spirit that refuses to settle, that dares to dream, and that is always ready to push the boundaries of the possible. This spirit is what will carry us through the challenges, the setbacks, and the unknowns. The colonization of Mars may be one of the greatest challenges we have ever faced, but it is a challenge that we are willing to undertake. It is a challenge that we are ready to meet, a challenge that we are prepared to conquer. So, what have we learned? Well, Mars colonization is no walk in the park. It's a Herculean task that presents us with a myriad of scientific and technological challenges. From the harsh conditions on the Martian surface to the long journey through the vast expanse of space, every aspect of this endeavor demands our utmost attention and innovation. Our discussion took us through the main hurdles, surviving the long journey to Mars, adapting to the Martian environment, and setting up a self-sustaining colony. These are monumental tasks that require us to push the boundaries of our current technology and knowledge. But despite these formidable obstacles, we are making strides in the right direction. Scientists and engineers around the globe are working tirelessly, devising ingenious solutions to these challenges. We've seen advancements in space travel, habitat design, and resource utilization, signaling that our dream of setting foot on Mars is moving closer to reality. The journey to Mars is a testament to human ambition and ingenuity. It's a bold move towards a future where we are not just confined to our home planet, but are true citizens of the cosmos. The road to Mars is long and fraught with challenges, but the dream of colonization drives us forward. So the next time you look up at the night sky and see the red planet, remember that it is not just a distant point of light but a potential new home for humanity.